Hey guys, today we're looking at another all-button controller option, the DuelPad A16. So let's get right into it. As we unbox, we see that they pack in the manual along with some extras, including these curious little brackets, a couple of cords, a switch puller, and some stickable feet. Then as we dig into the device itself, we are greeted with a slim profile and 16 buttons. It also looks like the DuelPad crew included some stock art in this review package. Their website shows a fair number of stock prints and seems that they saw fit to send me this fiery one. We'll install that here in just a bit. If a user orders without art, it's going to look like this, flat white in color with labeled button areas. My first impressions are solid and I like the overall size and footprint. There is plenty of palm rest. Then it connects via USB-C in the top center. Once powered on, we'd see the OLED splash screen come alive and lots of colors light up our switches. Now out of the box, this one is set for PC play, but that's something that we can easily change by utilizing this pass-through slot here. An appropriate dongle and a trip to the web configurator, and we'd net PS5 compatibility. The default A16 version also includes these black button caps, but that's something that you can change up as you place your order, or even pick up different colored sets separately if you'd rather just mix and match. The button caps themselves are slightly bigger than a standard 24mm arcade button cap, and then note that the left pinky button and the jump function are closer to the size of a 30mm arcade button cap. Then to segue into the rest of the dimensions, it has a solid lap footprint and weighs around 2.5 pounds. It offers quite a bit more width than a lot of the alternatives. I'd say it lands closest to a Hope 42 device, and at a glance might even be briefly confused with a T16. As far as the buttons go, the caps feel good. They are smooth and stick up maybe 4mm above our top panel. I'll demo some in-game slides later in the video. Now, the A16 comes with red Kel switches, and you can get versions which accept either V1 or V2 style switches. This one here takes the V1 variety, and this is what they sound like. Now, let's get these 9 screws out of the device and install some art alongside some new caps. DuelPad sent a box of red caps to presumably keep with this fiery theme. You can use the cap puller or just carefully pluck. Then we'll replace everything with the red, though it could have been fun to alternate some blacks in there too. Once that's done, we just sandwich that art under the top plexi and screw it all back together. It runs on current GP2040CE firmware, so we can cycle through some fun lighting options. Since we've got that fiery lava theme going, I want these caps to glow red. Then we can tackle the feet. Plexi without foam backing can be slippery, but we can help that element with the application of these stickable feet. And once those are down, we can revisit these adhesive brackets they supplied. Just orient them toward the top and stick them down. Then you'll be able to flip them down for a slight angle of lift. Then onto my favorite part, it's splash screen time. We can hold start as we plug it into the PC and access the web configurator by typing this number in the URL bar. Then it's on to some customizations. I need something suitable to go with our lava artwork, something fitting, something hot. Close, but not hot enough. Come on, hotter. Whoa, let's back off a little bit. I don't want to burn my hands playing this thing. There we go, that's it.
It's so hot right now.
Jumping into some gameplay, the slides were fine and you can scoop pretty reliably. Everything was as expected and I encountered no issues. Overall, I think it's a solid device, probably most comparable to something like a Hope 42/Cosmox product. It's got a good footprint for lap play, I like the extra buttons, and then the different colored caps and little brackets are some cute little touches. I'll probably stick to getting my own art on my own sticks, but this stock lava one works in a pinch and gives it a bit of personality. Oh, and I'm not completely sure why they have multiple switch models for V1 and V2 variants, but I suppose if your favorite low-profile switch flavor exclusively comes in one of those styles, you'd be able to order that correct model for you. But how's it stack up in terms of price, you scream? Actually, it's super reasonable on that front too. They appear to retail around that $90 price point, but I've seen some minor fluctuation between vendors over the last few weeks. At the time of this video release, there's a sale on AliExpress, so you could grab one for about $70 all in. Both the V1 and V2 switch models look to be more or less the same price. And then there's yet another variation of the device with fewer buttons, so worth looking into if that's more your speed. Big thanks to DuelPad for the review controller, and bigger thanks to anyone who has stuck around to the very end to hear these parting words of wisdom. Seriously though, if you're interested in another all-button controller video, by all means click here. Support your locals, and I'll see you next time.